Now, ladies and gentlemen, by the title and topic of today's video, you're probably confused, well, as am I. It seems to be CSGO has made somewhat of a comeback. With it being 2 weeks already since CS2's release, Valve have apparently decided to make a legacy version of Counter-Strike Global Offensive for all of us to play, making it the final version of the game with no future updates, a blog post, or content, having Valve have no distractions, and primarily working on CS2. This has sparked debate in the community, mainly with questions about the player base. Where will older and even new players go if they're not satisfied with CS2? Does CSGO still work the same? Do skins work? Can you open cases? Does matchmaking have Valve official servers? Well, in today's video, we're going to discuss all and everything CSGO related, going over its new quote-unquote release. We'll go over questions from the community, how you can play, and with all that being said, we'll most importantly go over the game ourselves.
Now today's video sponsor is SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is a buying and trading marketplace for your CS items. It makes a safe and easy way to trade out your inventory for something new. By using my code MANDO, you can get a deposit bonus of 35% alongside a free $5 in your first trade, with a max bonus if you spend $100 or more. With a large variety of skins, deposit options, alongside daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways, they're doing a great job rivaling other competition. If interested, it'll be at the top of the link in the description below.
Now, firstly, for today's video, I'm going to make this short and sweet. We're going to go over the post Steam support sent out for this new version of Counter-Strike Global Offensive. This wasn't in a tweet from Valve, nor was it on CS2's Twitter. This was a message from Steam support, talking about the legacy Counter-Strike Global Offensive version. To sum it up for you, it talks a little bit about Counter-Strike 2, how it's the new staple game in the franchise, and nothing is coming out anytime soon, at least that being a new game. Now, they say, quote-unquote, as technology advances, we've made the difficult decision to discontinue support for older hardware, including DirectX 9, 32-bit operating systems. Similarly, we will no longer support Mac OS. All of these combined, they represent less than 1% of active CSGO players, and that now being Counter-Strike 2. Counter-Strike 2 will exclusively support 64-bit Windows and Linux. If you're unable to launch Counter-Strike 2 with your current hardware, you can access the legacy version of CSGO, and the support for this version of CSGO will end on January 1st, 2024. Now let's discuss how you can access it and hop into the game ourselves. Now it's pretty simple. All you have to go to is go to your Steam library, where Counter-Strike 2 is when you updated it. You right-click, go to betas, go to the Counter-Strike Global Offensive legacy version, launch that up. It took me not more than 5 minutes to download it. Pretty easy. Once you boot it up, it's like old CSGO. Nothing new, nothing has changed. Some of your skins, they're going to be on the main screen. So that's one of the very first questions out of the way. Do skins work? As of right now, yes. And I gotta say, after playing a couple games, looking at agents and skins in general, they look so much better inside CS2. Now, as you can see on screen here, we have two new items, that being a Paris capsule and a Dreams and Nightmares case. We're going to see if you can open capsules and cases still on CSGO. Let's find out. And it doesn't seem to be you can open any sort of case inside CSGO anymore. Now let's try the capsule. We try here, it is working, but is it going to bug out eventually? We got to see here if it's going to, and it looks like we actually unboxed a regular paper sticker. Now, is it in our inventory? Yes, it is. But it seems to be for cases, whenever you click trying to buy, it says $0 and it says this product is out of date, which is kind of sad to see. So I'm assuming going forward as well, all newer cases and even capsules are probably not going to be able to be unboxed on Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Now, the reasoning for this, they're probably working on all the models, the lighting, all these different things for CS2 now, not CSGO. So new items going forward would be bugged to all hell in CSGO, and would also split the player base with trading. Certain websites would have to have options for CSGO and CS2 in that sense. And of course, up the top, it says you are playing the legacy version of CSGO. Now, when it comes to matchmaking, you can't play anything related to Danger Zone or competitive online. When you try and click anything related to competitive or online matchmaking, nothing is available. The only thing that is available is community servers and workshop maps, and we're going to check out if these things actually work. Quickly before we do so, if you guys remember the day before CS2 came out, or right around then, even early in the morning, the official Valve servers actually went offline for Counter-Strike Global Offensive, meaning you can no longer play official matchmaking on this game. That also includes Danger Zone, Wingman, Casual, Deathmatch, and even more games. Let's say it's really cool to see all of the maps here inside CSGO, more of a nostalgic feel, I'd say. It's nice to see cobblestone, train, canals, agency especially, and it's really weird to see things like Italy, especially with the older version that they have here. So it looks like I can boot into a bot game here of Deathmatch and even competitive. I think all game modes work aside from Danger Zone that you don't need official matchmaking for. So if you ever get a hit of nostalgia and you want to try a different game out that's not CS2, you can always come back to CSGO in the future. The only problem is, will it run, well, on these new computers and new hardware in 5 years from now? With the Source 1 engine here, it feels so different, right, from CS2. I gotta say, the game runs smoother, especially. I'm getting like 400 FPS when in CS2. If I was playing Train with the new updated graphics, especially with just the lighting, things would just be so much different. The knives on CT and T, the default would be so much shinier. My hollows here on this rifle look horrendous. After playing now for just a week, things just are so much different, guys. I wonder how this game's gonna feel in the matter of just a couple years when we come back from 2 years of CSGO and maybe all the maps are added, Danger Zones here, on Operation, you guys get the rest. Now we're trying a community map, which many people have had questions about. I believe Valve has left up community servers and workshop maps on CSGO, mainly because they're not available in CS2 yet. Now, will these be available going forward in in the future? I believe so. I don't think there's a reason they wouldn't be. Workshop maps especially, I would say so. Now we are trying to boot a new community server right now, and things don't seem to load as per this moment. So now that we tried a community server and it doesn't seem to work, and I can't find any others, we're now going to try and find just a normal workshop map to see if that works. I would assume so, but you never really know. I'm going to hop into a DE_cache from Minecraft. So it does seem to be loading in, which is pretty awesome. I'm glad that this is happening. And it seems to be CSGO works with workshop maps, which is pretty awesome. I'm really happy this is happening. And I think for years to come, people are probably still going to make CSGO workshop maps. Now, will they be released as frequently and people will work on them as much? Probably not, but there is still that option, especially while CS2 gets worked on and for people who can't even run CS2. Now, some final questions for today's video is, why did Valve release CSGO as a legacy version, or a final version that means? I believe the main reason Valve released this is because of the certain circumstances we have right now with Counter-Strike 2. You can't play workshop maps. It doesn't seem to be at the very moment you can play community servers, nor even unbox cases. This seems to be for people on Mac, non-compatible systems for CS2 for the time being, that can still access CSGO if they want to. Now, you can't really do much. All you can really do is play offline with bots. You could probably set up some sort of LAN with your friends, and the fact that you can still use skins is pretty awesome. But going forward using skins, I'm not really too sure. One of the biggest concerns and questions before releasing CS2 was, will CSGO stay? And the answer to that is no. The reason is because Valve didn't want to split the player base like they did in 1.6 to Source. If they're going all out with something, they want as many people on board as possible. One, to yes, maximize profits and have a high player count, but so they don't have to work on two different games. And with everyone playing the same game, they can get bugs and everything squared away a lot quicker. Whereas if they didn't, half the player base would be split. Data miners, YouTubers, everyone would just be on two different pages. They wouldn't really go over well. And with this being the final version, I think this is going to be able to be accessed for years to come. And lastly for today's video, is this worth playing? In my opinion, no. If you can run CS2, I would suggest just moving on. I don't think there's anything wrong getting a little bit of nostalgia every once in a while. After playing a few games of deathmatch, running around in this game, compared to CS2, looking at skins, the game looks awful. Yes, the game runs a little better because it's on a 20-year-old engine and a 10-year-old game. And no, some questions are going to be, well, what about Counter-Strike 2's performance? In the matter of 6 to 10 months, Counter-Strike 2 is going to be the primary game. It's going to be optimized, going to have new content. Things are going to have gone over so nicely. At least that's what I hope. If you just look at the amount of updates Valve is putting out every day, alongside shadow updates that we don't even see, I don't see why the game can't be completely fixed and optimized in just a matter of 6 months, like we just said. So yeah, play it every once in a while, have fun with it, but quite frankly, I would move on to Counter-Strike 2. This is now a game of the past. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. I think this will be one of my last CSGO videos for a very long time, which is a kind of sad thing, I guess. It's cool that Valve did this. Maybe we might check in with this in the next year or two to see if new skins and new cases load inside the game. But hopefully you guys enjoy. Stay positive, sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.